Joining me now from Sydney is Dr. Leonid Petrov, senior lecturer at the International College of Management in Sydney and visiting fellow at the Australian National University. Leonid, good to have you with us. So whenever North Korea launches anything, you look at a couple of things. Where did they fire it? What exactly is it? Does it show any advancement in their programs? What do you think? How much advancement have we seen in the past few years?
Well, we remember that during the former President Trump's years in office, North Korea had a self-imposed moratorium on intercontinental ballistic missiles and nuclear weapons. Many things have changed since the new administration in Washington, D.C., but also the world has changed, particularly this year in February, Russia attacked Ukraine, demonstrated that the new world order is now being on the rise, and we clearly see that North Korea is using that opportunity, the big divide in the United Nations Security Council, which previously was a consolidated no to nuclear ambitions for North Korea, but now these days, Russia and China would not support any stronger sanctions or any stronger resolute against North Korea's nuclear ambitions. And that's what Pyongyang is utilizing, developing new forms of delivery for intercontinental ballistic missiles, but also perfecting some parts of those missiles in the form of short-range ballistic missiles. So today, 8 projectiles were hit towards the east. And why east? Well, because the United States is in that direction, and also Russia and China would otherwise thrown at North Koreans' plans to test the weapons. Doesn't matter how short range they are, that the Russian and Chinese borders are nearby. And also it's a message to South Korea. The new president, Yoon Suk-yeol, has been inaugurated last month. He demonstrated the strong resolute against North Korean military capability, still kept the door open for negotiations, but clearly named North Korea an enemy.
All good points. So if North Korea really does conduct another nuclear test, which we saw about 5 years ago, would that be, in your view, just another show, another message to the world that they have that capability? Or do you think this significantly advances the threat that they pose?
Well, in my opinion, the last test which North Korea conducted in September 2017 was strong enough message. It was a thermonuclear weapon, hydrogen bomb, which North Korea tested under the surface. Well, it was underground test near Punggye, after which the North Korean mountain on top simply collapsed, imploded. And I don't think North Koreans are going to repeat the strong nuclear test underground. Perhaps if North Korea really wants to send a strong message to the enemies, well, first of all, the United States and their allies in the region like South Korea, Japan, and even Australia, North Korea would probably try to test nuclear weapons either like underwater using submarine fleet. North Korea still has the largest fleet of submarines in the world, small submarines, or it's going to be an atmospheric test, which is not a good news to the world, but we live in the new reality of major conflict between globalism and autarky, and that's what North Korea is trying to make the point about.
All right, Leonid Petrov, excellent to hear your points on this. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me on.